Eileen Gu returns from Olympic fame and controversy to kick off San Francisco Chinatown Parade. Back from a whirlwind of stardom and controversy at the Winter Olympics in Milan, gold medalist Eileen Gu returned home Saturday night to lead San Francisco's annual Chinese New Year parade. Gu, who was born and raised in the city, has been castigated as a traitor, opens a new tab, on social media for representing China, her mother's home country, on the world stage. But as she lit firecrackers at the Union Square television broadcast zone to officially kick off the parade, she was simply a daughter of San Francisco's Chinese community. Growing up in San Francisco, this was a huge part of my childhood, and I remember going every year, Gu said in a statement ahead of the event. Being part of the Asian community in San Francisco and coming back to my roots is something I'm so much looking forward to. Gu is now attending Stanford University while pursuing a career in modeling and fashion. She was named the parade's Grand Marshal ahead of the Olympics, where she earned 1 gold and 2 silver medals. Combined with her medals from the 2022 Beijing Games, Gu is now the most decorated freestyle skier, opens a new tab, in history. At 7:20 p.m., about 200 people packed the VIP grandstand at the end of the parade route, including Speaker Emerita Nancy Pelosi, former Mayor Willie Brown, Mayor Daniel Lurie, and other elected officials and community leaders. Supervisor Myrna Melgar waved enthusiastically to groups passing by. "I love the parade so much," Melgar said. "This event is my favorite." Cassandra Costello, the new San Francisco Zoo CEO and a judge for the parade floats, also watched from the grandstand. "My favorite groups are the dancing kids," Costello said. "They are so cute." The parade is a long-standing tradition in Chinatown, spanning roughly 1.5 miles from downtown to Chinatown. It is considered the largest nighttime parade in the United States and the biggest Lunar New Year celebration outside of Asia. 2026 is the year of the fire horse, with the theme Horse Leads to Success. Parade director Tong Lau said organizers were expecting record attendance at this weekend's festivities, with around 800,000 to 1 million people. "All the tickets are already sold out," Lau told the Standard in Cantonese. More than 100 groups marched in the parade, including corporations, non-profits, schools, community organizations, and politicians. There were 17 floats, with the largest one sponsored by Alaska Airlines. In recent years, the parade has featured mostly Hollywood celebrities with Asian heritage as grand marshals, including Michelle Yeoh, opens a new tab, Joan Chen, Awkwafina, Daniel Wu, and Rich Ting. Celebrity DJ Zhu, who performed at Mayor Daniel Lurie's inauguration party in Chinatown, also appeared in this year's parade. "We hope the event reminds people of their roots," Lau said, "and that the next generation can carry this history forward." Eileen Gu returns from Olympic fame and controversy to kick off San Francisco Chinatown Parade. The evening air in San Francisco carried the familiar scent of firecrackers, roasted chestnuts, and street food drifting through the narrow streets of Chinatown. Red lanterns swayed above Grant Avenue, glowing softly as the city prepared for one of its most beloved traditions, the Chinese New Year Parade. For over a century, this celebration had brought together generations of immigrants, families, and curious visitors eager to witness the spectacle of color and culture. But this year, the parade had a special guest leading it, Olympic superstar Eileen Gu. For many in the crowd, the name meant more than just athletic excellence. It represented a story, one filled with triumph, identity, controversy, and a young woman navigating the complex space between two worlds. A hometown star returns. Eileen Gu was born and raised in San Francisco, a city known for its cultural diversity and vibrant Chinese-American community. Growing up, she spent winters skiing in Lake Tahoe and summers walking the streets of Chinatown with her mother, who emigrated from China. Those early years shaped her identity, half American, half Chinese, fully global. Now at just 22 years old, Gu had become one of the most famous freestyle skiers in the world. At the 2026 Winter Olympics, she cemented her legacy by becoming the most decorated freestyle skier in Olympic history, collecting multiple medals and dazzling audiences with her fearless style. Yet her path to fame had not been simple. Years earlier, Gu made a decision that would spark intense debate. She chose to compete for China, the country of her mother's birth, instead of the United States where she grew up. The announcement ignited controversy across media and social networks. Some critics accused her of turning her back on her homeland, while others praised her for embracing her heritage and inspiring young athletes in China. To Gu, however, the decision had always been personal rather than political. She once said she wanted to encourage more young people in China to try freestyle skiing, a sport still developing there. For her supporters, she became a symbol of a modern global identity, one not limited by national borders. The parade that bridges cultures. San Francisco's Chinese New Year Parade is no ordinary celebration. It is the oldest and one of the largest Lunar New Year parades outside Asia, dating back to the 1800s when Chinese immigrants introduced the tradition to the city during the Gold Rush era. Every year, thousands lined the streets to watch lion dancers leap between poles, martial artists perform dramatic routines, and enormous dragon puppets twist through the crowds. The parade is more than entertainment. It is a living expression of cultural resilience and community pride. This year's celebration marked the year of the fire horse, a symbol of energy, passion, and independence, qualities many believe perfectly described Eileen Gu herself. Organizers selected her as the parade's grand marshal, inviting her to lead the procession through the heart of the city where she was born. The choice reflected the evolving identity of Chinatown, a place where tradition meets modern multicultural life. A moment of anticipation. As the parade began along Market Street, thousands gathered along the sidewalks. Children perched on their parents' shoulders, waving small red flags. Vendors shouted over the roar of drums. Phones were raised high to capture the moment. Suddenly, a cheer rippled through the crowd. A bright red convertible slowly rolled into view, decorated with flowers and golden ribbons. Standing in the back of the car was Eileen Gu, dressed in red, a color symbolizing luck and prosperity in Chinese culture. She waved to the crowd with an easy smile, her long hair moving in the cool evening breeze. For a moment, the controversies that had followed her career seemed to dissipate. Spectators applauded, shouted her name, and held up homemade signs welcoming her home. Hearing about her online is one thing, one spectator said, but seeing her here, it's inspiring. The warmth of the crowd surprised some observers. In recent years, debates around Gu's Olympic allegiance had often been heated, particularly on social media. Yet along the parade route, there were no protests, only celebration, a symbol of a new generation. Eileen Gu's story represents a new kind of athlete, one who moves easily between cultures and